Hey guys, welcome back to 9 to 5 Gamers, and today we are doing another episode of Welcome To, and that means we are welcoming all the new games into my board game collection. I've got them off to the side over here. Before we get to that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this post, and don't forget to check out the Patreon if you're feeling generous and you got a little bit of that disposable income and you want to send it my way. But if not, totally fine, because again, I don't want to pressure anybody into doing anything they don't need to do, because you absolutely don't need to do it. But let's talk about all the games that have entered into my collection in the month of April. And let me tell you, this is going to be a doozy, because it's actually quite a bit of games. I was not keeping track very well of this, but let's go with the first one. So first one I found it in my mailbox, and that is Sprawlopolis. But I also got Combopolis, Ultimopolis, and a whole bunch of other things. So got the Sprawlopolis, Naturopolis, Agropolis, the Sprawlopolis expansion collection, and the Combopolis expansion collection, as well as Skulls of Sedlec, which I'm going to be honest with you, this is one of the greatest games for like a budget game that you can take anywhere, which I think I want to do a top 10 on that. Just games that are super easy to transport and take with you on the go. This would have to be one of my favorites, man. It's so easy, but the only thing that's bad about it is it only plays 2 to 3 players. But Sprawlopolis, just a little city building game that fits in a wallet-sized compartment made up of a bunch of little cards, and it is a great game. I've already gotten a chance to play it, and I love it. Also, drinking my green tea. Not fancy, it's just Arizona. Now, next one that entered into my collection is a game I haven't yet to play called Goblin Vaults. This is from the same world as, it's by Thunderworks Games, so it's the same world as Role Player and all those other games. But this one is a trick-taking game, somewhat. It's kind of interesting. So you've got like a vault, and everybody's playing as a goblin, and in this vault you're trying to get treasures and things like that. It's very interesting. I have not yet gotten a chance to play it, but I know how to play it, and I'm ready to play whenever somebody else wants to play. But it looks pretty cool, and it's got these little gear things that you collect that are money tokens. It's super cool. Goblin Vaults is added to my collection. I think I just paid like retail value for that. Next one entering my collection is Earth, and I'm not sure where to put this thing, but Earth is supposedly this really amazing game that everybody loves, and they're calling it the Arc Nova Killer and the Wingspan Killer and the Terraforming Mars Killer. And you know what people do, man. People always hype up games, and let's just be honest, it ain't killing none of those games. And I'm just going to be honest, I already played it. Didn't understand why people are saying that this game is a 10. It was kind of difficult to learn the symbology. Like, that was the thing, too, when I watched the Dice Towers. Like, I have nothing against Dice Tower. I know there's a lot of people who do that mention it in the comments section for some reason, but I don't agree with any of those comments. I think Dice Tower is great, and I love their reviews. But I think people were a little bit blinded by this, because the symbology and understanding all the different symbols and how everything works. I know everything is kind of on your board, which is good, but man, it's jarring, the amount of symbols, and it was a tough teach, man. And we got it down packed, and we played through it, and it was good. I don't think it's like a 10 for sure. For me, it's like maybe below an 8 somewhere. But I got to do a couple of more playthroughs. This is not an official review. This is just my first impressions of what I thought first time playing it. I didn't think it was as great as other people are doing it. But I'm starting to think I don't like engine builders, which kind of sucks, because I didn't like Splendor, which is kind of like a mini engine builder. I didn't like Wingspan. I do like Terraforming Mars, which is kind of interesting. But Earth, not there yet. But that was added to my collection. Next one added to my collection is the Yawning Portal. Yawning Portal is a Dungeons and Dragons game. The Yawning Portal happens to be a tavern that's in that world. I think it's Waterdeep, and I played this with my wife. I played it solo, and I played another game 2, maybe 3 players. And I gotta play it at 3. I gotta play another game at 3 and 4 to see how I feel about it. But initial impressions, first impressions after like maybe 2 to 3 plays of it, I don't like this game. I'm at like a 6.5. My wife gave it a 7. I thought she was being very generous, but I just don't enjoy the game. I thought it was okay. The game doesn't even have, like, on the box, it doesn't tell you the player count. It doesn't tell you how long it takes. Just like simple things like that they didn't put on the thing. I think they put it on a sleeve because they knew they forgot it. There's just not enough manipulation of the pieces to make this game more interesting. I would have loved to be able to just shift pieces everywhere and get combos and things like that. I felt like this just doesn't have that build up. I thought it was okay. Like, I think it's a good game. The component quality is fantastic. Like, it's a perfect score. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about this one. But Yawning Portal got added to my collection. I am still trying to figure out how I feel about that. Another game got added to my collection. Got it for super cheap too. Is Distilled. Distilled is an amazing game, man. Like, it's 30 minutes per person. More or less. I don't know about that. Well, actually, we played a live stream of this. It did take us 3 hours to play, so if you're interested in watching a 3-hour 4-player playthrough of this game, you can go ahead and check that out on the channel. I'll put a card in there so you guys remember that. But I think that's just because I had to teach, and we were kind of eating and distracted while we were doing it. We're just having a good time. We're just having a game night. It is super fun. I really love this game. This game is like an 8.5 for me. I've played it maybe, I think 3 times now. But it's, I can't officially review it, but if I was going to officially review it right now, it would be at an 8.5, and I think on the climb up. I want to see what the expansions add to it, because this game is super fun, man. I really love Distilled. But Distilled is in my collection, and it's staying for a long time. Next game, Sniper Elite. Haven't got a chance to play this one yet, but it's a cool hidden movement game where you're trying to find somebody. Tom Vassell said it's one of the best hidden movement games he's ever played. It's literally printed at the top of the box up here. And so, I mean, come on. It's Tom Vassell. If I made this game, I would definitely put a Tom Vassell quote if it was positive. Because I'm pretty sure that if I made a board game and Tom Vassell played it, he'd probably be like, this is honestly one of the worst games I've ever played in my life. And so, but I am actually making 3 games, so we'll see what happens with those things. One day they might come in there into fruition, but we'll see. But yeah, it's a cool hidden movement game where somebody's playing as a sniper. You're trying to find this guy. It's pretty interesting. And so it's for 1 to 4 players. It looks fun. Can't wait to play it. I've heard it's very good. Sniper Elite is in the collection. Isle of Skye, the big box edition. Chris Yee actually gave high praise to this game with his wife, Wendy. And you know what? I like them, and I trust them, even though they like a lot of tan games. And I don't always like the tan games. But this was a really cool looking game. I'm not very big on tile laying. I'm going to be honest with you. I played Carcassonne, and I was like, okay. You know, I played Cascadia. I was like, I don't get why people think this is like a 10 out of 10, but it's a good game, but it's not the best game. I got to be careful what I say, man, because I would love to work with these publishers, but I have to be honest, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. So, Isle of Skye, big box. We'll see if we like it or not. Another tile layer, even though I'm not very good with those. Another one that I added to the collection is Unmatched, the Jurassic Park one, and there's 2 of these. There's the T-Rex one, and there's the Raptor one, which I think is relatively new. But this one looks super cool because you can play as 3 raptors, or you can play as Mulder. I forget how to say his name. But the guy with the shotgun that's like, shoot! You guys know who I'm talking about. And the clever girl, and then he gets mauled by a raptor. Spoiler alerts in case you haven't watched 1990s Jurassic Park, which by this time, what's wrong with you? But yeah, you play as the InGen workers versus the Raptors. It looks really, really fun. I got a chance to play Unmatched, the Cobble and Fog edition, and I loved it, man. And we won, by the way. So for all the people we were playing against, watch your back, Rachel and I forgot your other name and the other person I was playing with, but yeah, this one looks really cool. And speaking of Cobble and Fog, that was actually the first one I had bought. Sorry, it's upside down. Don't want another planted situation to happen again. For those of you who have not seen that video yet, if you go watch my last top 10 that I did, which was the top 10 comfy or comfort games, planted was upside down. The biggest sin for a board gamer, and so I ended up flipping the whole screen upside down as a joke. Not too many people commented. That's how I know you're skipping through my videos, but you know what? That's my fault. I need to be more entertaining. Cobble and Fog is fantastic. Unmatched is such a great system, man. I slept on this game so much, and the Brothers Murph were like, yo, you got to check this game out. Not that they talk to me like that, but I just picture that they talk to me. I picture that I have a relationship with, like a good friendship with all of the, like, YouTubers I watch. I feel like I wish I was on a first-name basis with these guys, but unfortunately I have not met them nor gotten to shake their hand. But anyways, the Brothers Murph have always recommended Unmatched. They love it, and you know what? I think they even have their own little expansion in there. But this is a really good game, and I understand why people like it. This game's phenomenal. I love Unmatched, and I can't wait to just continue. I'm literally going to buy, like, almost every set. Probably not all of them, because I hear some of them are okay, so we'll see which ones I get. But I'm definitely going to get the Marvel ones coming up next. So, probably be in the next months. Welcome to this collection. Let's talk about the game Raw from Reiner Knizia. This game is incredible. Finally got a copy. Well, finally got a copy of this. I went to the store and they had a copy of it, so I was like, "Go for $50. It's not bad." But Raw is such a cool bidding game. I've played it at 3, I've played it at 4, and I've played it at 5. And it played super good on all of those player counts. And this is such a fun game, man. Like, I absolutely love Raw. Like, I'm going to play this a ton. This is definitely one of my favorite games to play right now. I love the auctioning mechanics and the little Raw, chunky Raw statue that you grab in order to invoke Raw and bet on stuff and grab tiles and collect. It's like a set collection auction game. It's fun, man. I don't even know, man. This may be my favorite, like, bidding auction game right now. But it all doesn't fit in the box very well, which I'm very disappointed in. Next game added to my collection is Cryptid. I found this game super cheap. I got it for $20 on Amazon. And so I was like, you know what? I really want to pick this game up because I've heard that this is another good hidden movement game. Not hidden movement game, but like not social deduction game. It's just a logic deduction game. So it fits in with Turing Machine. It fits in line with Planet X. This is not social deduction where you're trying to figure out who's who. It's logic deduction. So you're trying to use some kind of statement or facts to deduce where something is. So for Planet X, you're not trying to find a person, you're trying to find a planet. And so you're using logic to do that. Logic to find the cryptid, logic to find whatever the other one was. The number, the 3-digit number. But Cryptid is really cool because it's like this, the way it works is that you ask a question. So it's like you have your own little clue and it's like, hey, the Cryptid is not within 2 spaces of a swamp, or is between 2 spaces of a swamp. So you know I'm going to check the swamp areas, but you're the only person who knows that. Everybody else has their own clue, and they're trying to figure out what your clue is, and so you just ask people information. So like you'll place a pawn in the water and go, hey, Becky, could the cryptid be in the water, in that water space? And she would say yes or no by placing a cube or a circle. If she places a cube, that means that it can't be there, and so you can't check that area anymore. But if there's a circle there, then there's a possibility that it could be there. It could be anywhere, but we just know that it's probably in that water space. And so you get kind of clues onto where the cryptid is. It looks really fun. Can't wait to play it. I'm excited for this one. Cryptid by Osprey Games. And then we kind of talked about this in my Chit Chat. By the way, if you guys haven't checked out my board game Chit Chat, which I hope you guys understood the pun on that, like, because when the idea of the video is that I'm punching out chits while I chat. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that people would find that clever or not, but if not, it's fine. But Chit Chat, board game Chit Chat, is just another session that I'm going to be hosting where I just talk about random topics. I'm actually going to put out a vote on that as well, because I think that might become my third videos that I start posting. And in those Chit Chat videos, I will put a vote out there on what topics you guys want to talk about, and put it in you guys will put it in the comment section, and we'll talk about a topic, some kind of board game related topic. I think what was it called? Board Game Geek. They did are board games good for your mental health? And I was like, that was a great topic for conversation. I would have loved to chime in on those, but I don't know anybody like that, and I'm not that high up, right? Like Rodney Smith is like up here, and I'm like down here. So, but anyway, Caesar sees Rome in 20 minutes. I'm so excited to play this, and I can't believe I got it for like $10. Like, that's super cheap. I just saw it. They just got it in my local game store for $20. So I think it's like 22 brand new. And so I was like, hey, $10? That's not bad. And so Caesar sees Rome in 20 minutes. I'm excited to play that, and I'm excited to play Blitzkrieg, but I don't have that one yet. The next one I got was Role Player Adventures. This was at the Board Game Garage sale, so it's that one. And he gave me the Role Player Adventure core box as well as the Monsters and Minions for $50. Dude, that is such a good deal. I went to the board game store today, and I saw Role Player there, brand new sealed for $60, and this was brand new sealed for $50. That board game store is really expensive, though. That was a comic book store that sells board games. But anyways, that's like $110, and I got this for like less than half that price, so that was a good deal and a good find to pick up Role Player Adventures. I'm excited to play that because I really love RPG-style stuff. And last but not least, one of my highly sought-after and anticipated games. I've been looking for War of the Ring forever, but I didn't want to pay $100 for it. I've gone to so many board game stores, and they've had it for $100, $120. Some people had it even more expensive. And then at one point, I remember it dipping down to like 65, 70 on Amazon. And I was like, I should pick that up, but I don't have the money. And then at the Board Game Garage sale, it's brand new and shrink wrapped, still unused for $60. And I was like, dude, I'm getting so lucky right now with these deals, man. So I picked it up, man. Can't wait to play this. I have a bunch of people who would love to play this because I know a bunch of people who love Lord of the Rings and would love to play a 2-player, 4-hour, 6-hour game, which I think is going to be incredible. So I'm going to have to trick my wife into playing this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell her that it's like a 30-minute game, and then trick her into playing it with me, and then she's going to sit here for about 3 hours before she realizes this is not a 30-minute game. So toss up a prayer for me and see if I can get that to happen. But anyways, War of the Ring. That's just what it's called. Epic Battles in the Lands of Middle-earth. So that's all the games that are entering my collection. There are also some games that are exiting my collection, unfortunately. And I tried to sell them in a board game garage sale, but it didn't really work out the way that I had hoped. But I have them up on like Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that. But a lot of the good games, I've got Sentinels of the Multiverse. I've got I Dissent, which is like a voting game. Letters from Whitechapel, because I've got Mind MGMT, so I don't feel like I need the game anymore. Clank and Space, because I don't like Clank. Clank and Space was better than regular Clank, but I want to try Clank Catacombs and see if that's the one, maybe the Legacy one, but I just didn't enjoy Clank that much. Kites, I'm getting rid of. Really, really fun, but it kind of wore its welcome out. Monstrosity, because I've got the new Kickstarter coming in. Hand-to-Hand Wombat, which is a really fun game where you just kind of put your hands in there and try to build up these little ziggurats. It's a fun game, but you got to be blindfolded and stuff, so didn't really get too much play out of that one. Marvel Legendary, I'm getting rid of my entire collection of that. I've got a couple of the big box expansions. Paladins of the West Kingdom, I'm getting rid of that one because I've got Hadrian's Wall. Why do I need Paladins? And for all of you people in the comment section who are going to say, Paladins is so much different, and Hadrian's Wall, they're completely different games, you might as well compare. You know who you are. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt this little rant I'm having, but by the way, me and this guy are super cool now. This is just a joke, okay? So don't take this next part too seriously, because I'm joking. We have a nice little banter and a little back and forth going on, and we actually said we were gonna meet up in a convention one day and fight each other in real life. So anyways, I'm just making fun of you guys, so whoever wrote the comment, you know who you are. Don't get offended by this. It was just a joke. A little shot at you, but I hope you enjoy this. You might as well compare it to Food Chain Magnate. No, okay? Relax, all right? These games are basically similar, all right? They give the same feel, man. I know one is a roll and write, but the reality is the 2 sheets of the roll and write is the same fold-out board that you get. They feel similar, and I would much rather play that than Paladins. Not that Paladins is a bad game. I think I give Paladins like an 8, 9. Like, recommend it, highly recommend it for anybody who wants to play it. I have Hadrian's Wall, and as long as I have both of those in my collection, I don't think I'm going to play both, and one of them I just find more fun, which I give Hadrian's Wall a 9. Lawyer Up, getting rid of that. Never got to play it, but it's got to go. Fantasy Realms, I've got Marvel Remix. Don't need Fantasy Realms. Ahoy, lighter version of Root. Really good game, but I've got Root, right? And all the expansions. I've got Beer and Bread that's heading out, which is a really good game. Very good two-player game, but I have way too many two-player games, and so some of them have to go. Crossfire, social deduction game. Not as fun as Werewolf, not as fun as Blood on the Clock Tower, but still good, but just not for my game group. They would rather play the others. Dice Throne Season 1, because I don't play Dice Throne ever. I'm keeping the Marvel one because that one's cool. Dinosaur World, I got rid of Dinosaur Island and I got rid of Dinosaur World. Don't play it ever. Don't see myself ever playing it. It's a great game, but I don't have the time for it, nor the table space. Dominion Big Box, because I just want to get a box that has Dominion in it with just all of the expansions, but that big box takes up so much space on my shelf, and it's just ugly. I just want to get like a small box that fits everything. Happy Salmon, it's okay. Here to Slay, okay. High Society, that was alright. It's a Reiner Knizia game. It's actually really good, but I have auction games that people would rather play than High Society. Kim Joy's Magic Bakery, didn't even play it. King Domino, amazing game, but I have Origins, so don't need it anymore. I think the vast majority of these games are like that. Really Loud Librarians, complete dud, man. I don't think anybody had a great time playing that, but maybe somebody else would have better luck with it than I do. My player group's weird. Skate Summer, I got that as a prize, actually, for something, and I just played it and I liked it, but it's just not going to survive in my collection for very long, so I'm going to end up getting rid of it. 10, which is a bidding kind of game where you flip things. It feels it feels like blackjack, but with chips. It's really fun. You should. Somebody already picked it up. Somebody bought it already. Fort, really cool game. Love it because it's made by the Leader Games, but not going to play it anymore. For Sale is out the window. I really like that game, but the people that I've played it with in my group don't enjoy it, so I have nobody to play it with. So For Sale has to go. Snakes with 3 S's. Not as good as Chameleon, but it's still a fun time, but it's a really cool party game that I think that some people would definitely love. It's about trivia and stuff like that nobody knows. It's really cool. I got Wits and Wagers, though. Rhino Hero, Reverse Jenga. Dude, everybody needs a copy of Rhino Hero in their collection. Mine never gets played, so I'm going to give it to somebody else so that they can put it in their collection. Lost Ruins of Arnak. Bye. I've got Dune Imperium, and I've got Endless Winter, which I still got to play through a couple times because I actually didn't enjoy that one as much as I hoped. But I think we were both tired when we played, so I got to give it another chance. But yeah, I just don't play Lost Ruins of Arnak at all, so there's no reason for it to be in my collection, but it's a great game. Great Western Trail. Amazing game. Never play it. Bye. Mysterium, great game. Haven't played it in a long time. And theme-wise, it can be kind of hit or miss sometimes. I'm involved with I go to church, and so a lot of my friends from church just don't enjoy the theming of it. For me, I'm just kind of like, it's just a board game, you know what I mean? And we're not summoning a Ouija board, but some people feel uncomfortable with it. That's why I know Obscurio is better for people who don't like the whole, like, you're channeling the dead and you're a medium kind of thing. I just said you were just investigators, but people enjoyed it, but just we haven't played it. Terraforming Mars, Ares Expedition, goodbye. I have Terraforming Mars, I don't need that one, even though the expansions have come out, so I might want to keep it. But I know I can get it cheaper, and I'd rather get the deluxe version. And last but not least, Scythe with the 5 to 6 player expansion. Goodbye. I told you that it was replaced by Revive. I'm just joking. That's not the reason I'm getting rid of it. I'm just getting rid of it because I just don't see myself ever playing that game or putting out the energy to put it out on the table. It's this big, huge game, and I really enjoy it. But yeah, it's just usually me and my wife who play a lot, and then sometimes when I play with other players, a lot of people want to play different games. You know what I mean? The people that I play with like to play new stuff. They don't always like to play the same stuff. And that's pretty much it, man. So hopefully this video wasn't too long. I tried to get through it as fast as I possibly could. That's all the games that have entered. So welcome to my collection, all ye board games. And for all of the other games that are exiting my collection, toodaloo, ta-ta for now. Catch you on the flippity flip, right? See you guys later. Hasta la vista. I'm an uncultured swine, so I don't know how to say goodbye in any other languages. But that's it for today's episode. I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And in the comments section, Talk to me, man. What games have you gotten in your collection? New games to your collection. Also talk to me about what games are leaving your collection. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the Patreon. Catch you on the flippity flip. See you guys later. Peace. Alrighty. Hey guys, welcome back to 9 to 5 Gamers, and today we are doing another episode of Welcome to My Collection. And let me try that again. I didn't like the way I said it. Hey guys,